So what to expect for this week crypto market outlook? So should we expect the market to bottom right now, or should we go down for one more last dip before we see another movement back towards the upside? Okay, and of course there are a lot of anticipation where the Bitcoin price most likely to be at a peak, because usually Bitcoin will peak first and then slowly moving into Ethereum and the ALTS. That will be the final blow off top. Okay, so I think most likely I would also recommend to at least take profits or to at least secure your capital if you're in Bitcoin. Okay, because I think I've already done so for BTC. Okay, most likely could be the peak. Okay, it could be the top. Okay, most likely 120, 126, right? It hit 126. So what, and then of course we are looking here, you can see I think there are a lot of traders or OGs are also shorting the Bitcoin price as well. Okay, how low can this thing go? Okay, so if it goes down below 110K, that's where it's going to be a problem for BTC. Then most likely to hit below 100K, maybe even 90K as well. So you can see Bitcoin started a fresh decline after it failed to clear above 116,000 resistance zone. Okay, so currently it's trading at where now? 111,000. Okay, so massive resistance we could see. Okay, I think most likely for end of the month, there will be a rate cut coming in. So maybe this could also push the price, okay, a little bit. But again, I think most likely it could also be pricing in for the rate cut. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think overall, you could say that maybe the price of Bitcoin have already topped. So that's why you have to be also quite concerned. Okay, if you're still holding, if you are still have not even take out your capital, okay, or even take out a single cent on BTC, then maybe it's time to at least realize some, okay, especially at this level, because I think a lot of people are actually taking profits or even try to secure their investment. Okay, so but nonetheless, I think, yeah, we could see another leg up, maybe slide above 120K-ish, and then maybe it might break down again. Okay, all right, so yeah, I think another drop in BTC that could be still on the line. Okay, what are the possibilities we are looking at? If Bitcoin fails to rise above 116,000, okay, it could start a fresh decline. Okay, so yeah, immediate support is somewhere around 111.8K. Okay, and then next will be 110.5K. So these are the critical support zone. If this were to break, then most likely it might go down below 100K. Then maybe could also retest about 90 to 95K. Okay, so key area to take note, support zone 111.8K, following by 110.5. Then your resistance zone will be somewhere around 115 to 116K. Okay, so we are trading around 111. That's the thing now. Okay, so soon it's going to touch this level, 110. Okay, so this is the thing right now with BTC. And then moving on with Ethereum. So what's up with Ethereum? So you can see usually the month or the towards end of the year or Q4. So Ethereum will start to outperform against Bitcoin. That's where the smaller apps also starts to perform. Okay, and then we have all those expert analysts. Okay, we have Tom Lee under Fundstrat. Then we have Arthur Hayes, former CEO of BitMEX. Okay, have also doubled down on their take on Ethereum. Okay, mentioning that Ethereum could go up to 10,000. Okay, so my max case most likely will be around 8,000. Okay, and then according to 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀𝗃, he mentioned that it could also go to about 5,300, at least 5,003. Maybe it could be end of this month or could be somewhere around November or December. Okay, so my conservative max case most likely will be 8,000 at least. Okay, so let's see whether can it able to hit or not. Okay, but okay, you can see what to expect for Ethereum, right? Ethereum is still holding very firmly around $4,000. Okay, all right. Then what else did Tom Lee also mentioning here? Okay, so they're mentioning that it could also hit 10,000. Okay, despite the crypto crash. Okay, and then it will hover somewhere around 10 to 12K. That is by Tom Lee. Okay, and then Ethereum has been basing since 2021. Okay, so Tom Lee emphasized that a significant rally like this wouldn't signal SSE market fraud. Okay, and then Ethereum has been consolidating within the range since hitting all-time high, right? So I've hit a high of 4.8 since 2021. So it's still holding very firmly. Now the base is somewhere around 4K. Okay, it's still holding there. So I believe most likely Ethereum will outperform against BTC. If you look at the ETH against Bitcoin chart as well, you can see it's slowly grinding up, slowly reversing back towards the upside. So that's where I think Ethereum will really start to outperform. You can see the Ethereum quarterly returns as well. Again, usually Q4, if you look at the historical data, last 2 years as well, you can see 28% and then 26%. There's 2024, 2023. Look at the last bull run. Last bull run was this COVID period, 104%, and then following by 22.59 on 2021. And then if you look at the 2017, it was about 142%, and then followed by a bear market. So yeah, I think Q4 is still early because this is the first month for Q4, which is October. So yeah, I'm going to see until end of the year, from October to December. I think most likely Ethereum can be able to perform, but most likely the gains would be diminished. Maybe you won't get somewhere around 36 or 28% anymore, maybe slightly lower, but probably will outperform as well, or probably will show a green Q4 for Ethereum. Okay, so you can see already, every year pass, the gain starts to diminish, getting lesser and lesser. Okay, all right, so this is Ethereum for you. Okay, then moving on next, okay, you can see here coming in from BlackRock. So as you know that BlackRock also have a huge holding on crypto. Again, so they have monopolized a lot of areas here, not only on crypto, but of course real estate as well in the US, right? So now they're focusing on this keyword here called tokenization technology. Okay, so they want to tokenize everything. Okay, especially on stocks as well. Okay, so that's where they are coming in to monopolize. Okay, so yeah, we can see BlackRock is heavily focusing on real world asset, which is RWA. Okay, through tokenization. So all those properties, real estates, okay, your stocks, your bond, everything will be tokenized, even art as well. Okay, so that's why it is so important for BlackRock, especially the CEO called Larry Fink, wants to make things clear and also want to get things started for tokenization. Okay, so he mentioning what here? I do believe we have some exciting announcement in the coming years on how we could play a larger role in this whole idea of tokenization and digitalization of all assets. Okay, so this is the keyword here, tokenization and digitalization, okay, for all assets. That is what they are trying to achieve for BlackRock, okay? So yeah, you can see here, tokenization of RWA as the next wave of opportunity over the next decade, right? So you can see, I think a lot of properties also are focusing on tokenization, proof of ownership, okay? POO, okay? Especially your digital art as well. And of course, or whatever assets that you can able to tokenize, I think that's where they want to come in as well. Okay, so yeah, I think all in all, this is a very good news. I think this is where is the company going to hit in the next 5 years. Okay, so yeah, you can see BlackRock most likely will be taking a huge market share for RWA as well. Okay, so this is the one. And then moving on next, we'll see here coming in from BNB. So most of the time you're looking at is the BNB market and of course the Binance Smart Chain alt season. Right, what we are saying is mostly Binance coin is going up and hitting a new all-time high. And of course, the ecosystem as well. Most of the coins under BSC system are actually creating new all-time high. But we do not see other ecosystem yet is hitting a new all-time high, right? So yeah, you can see like Binance, again, they have a very good marketing strategy. And then of course, we have the ex-CEO, which is also known as CZ, heavily promoting and marketing for Esther. So that's where they get the crowd in, okay, to trade, to get the airdrop. That's where more users coming into Binance. Why? It's because of the Binance Alpha airdrop as well. More and more users are starting to farm there. Okay, so that's where they can able to capture, okay, with a market cap of 165 billion. Okay, and then continuing for another rally as well. So you can see the ecosystem is really heating up. Okay, all right, and it's getting bigger and bigger. All right, you can see the growth of BNB, okay, the community, and then the total value lock as well. Okay, especially on the DEX side, right? Decentralized exchange. Okay, so yeah, I think overall for BNB is here to stay. I think even though we are going to have a bear market, I think BNB is going to stay because it's an exchange. Okay, and then you're gonna have a DEX as well under Ester. So more and more people will be using. Okay, so yeah, you can see now Binance hit an all-time high of 1.3K. Okay, 1.3. And then if you look at the TVL, right, total value lock, already up to 8.8B. Okay, so you can see how much a lot of people are actually locking their funds under the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Okay, huge. I think mostly on Ester, mostly on trading. Okay, so many partnership as well, right? Binance, Kazakhstan. Okay, so many firms are actually joint venture with Binance, of course, BNB as well. Okay, so more to come. I think not only Binance, but other exchange as well, like KuCoin, Huobi. Again, so many are actually starting to follow Binance footsteps as well in the long run. Okay, then moving on next. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so this is what's really happening with the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, and then if you look at this event called Deleverage event, okay, reinforce Bitcoin dominance and reset the entire altcoin landscape. Okay, so what's happening now? We can see here. I think a lot of people have over leverage or over trade during this event here, deleverage event. So they got wiped out or capitulated. Okay, and this is the setup here for the dominance to head lower. So ALTS bounce from deeply oversold condition, but can they truly rotate and outperform BTC? Okay, that is the most important thing, because I think for this cycle, not every altcoin can able to outperform against BTC. Only a certain coin. Like last year or last 2 years, 2017, you buy any coin, immediately it will do like 5-10x minimum. Okay, because there are very few in the market for this type of alts. So now we have a lot of altcoins that is popping up every single day. So it's get even harder and harder. So you have to really pick and choose your alts. Okay, they have utility, they have hype, okay, and they have a huge backing for all those influencer and of course those owners. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think overall, most likely Bitcoin dominance will continue to go lower. Okay, so should we see Ethereum to continue with the new all-time high? Then I think once dominance to hit lower, then I think alts will definitely pop as well. Okay, so yeah, then we look here. Okay, if you talk about capitulation event, okay, if you see here, this doesn't seem like a capitulation event. Why? Okay, so we can look at the net unrealized profit and loss for Bitcoin alone. So it rebounded on this level here, the light blue dotted line. This is where BTC is selling during and after the collapse. Selling pressure, okay, it rebounded on the blue dotted line. So it did not go something like this. Okay, so false BTC selling was minimal, spot pressure low. There was no panic, no false spot liquidation. So that is the thing here. Okay, so what are the key takeaway here? Watch if constant fear turns into selling, right? Okay, so this collapse wasn't driven by intense selling pressure at all. So nothing to worry about. Okay, so yeah, even though we have received one of the biggest liquidation in the crypto history, okay, 𝗶𝗺𝗺, I think huge, I think about 19 billion. Okay, compared to the last collapse was FTX and Luna, I think it's about 2 to 3 billion. Okay, this was like huge. Okay, all right, and then if you compare to a real capitulation event, which is this one, so you can see here, right? This is a real capitulation, looks like massive realized losses. And then what happened? Forced selling. And then what happened is that the systemic panic, right? So yeah, you can see here, these are all the previous events. We have the Terra Luna crash. Okay, it went below the light blue dotted line. Okay, and then we have Celsius as well, a lending and borrowing platform. Okay, and then what happened is that the owner got arrested. Okay, and then they cannot pay off the loans or whatever. I think they got liquidated as well on the collateral. So went down. Company also go bust, insolvent. Okay, so and then next is FTX. So what happened to FTX? Also insolvent. Okay, since the FDF case, right, with CZ. Okay, ongoing, and then what happened? FTX collapsed. Okay, when CZ exposed FDF and the dirty tricks inside that, so FTX collapsed. Okay, so what happened? Liquidated. real capitulation. This is the real capitulation. Okay, so Terra Luna, Celsius, FTX each mark through on-chain capitulation, not just leverage unwinds and manipulation. Okay, so these are the area. So what we say last Friday or Saturday, I think, on the weekend, okay, is not comparable to this, okay, capitulation. But again, like I said, for this type of thing, it's like a very rare case. One is a once in the blue moon or black swan event. So these are the type maybe you might want to really take advantage of buying the dip, right? So that's where you want to really place your buy limit orders, especially on spot. But if you trade on leverage, that's where you get liquidated, okay, for this type of black swan event, okay. And then moving on next to Airdrop. So for those of you who be trading on Aster, so I think this is a season 3 drop. Okay, so allocation has been revealed. 2.5% of the total Aster supply. Okay, stage 3 runs for 5 weeks only. So it's about 1 month plus, giving out about 0.5% each week, ends on November 9. So should you be continuing to do Aster? Maybe not, or probably it's already too late. Okay, I think already overfarmed. Okay, you might want to do other platform instead of Aster. Okay, all right. And then next here, you can see coming in from yield basis. So TGE is today. Okay, I think they have already launched. Okay, so Legion.cc will send the sales token straight to your deposit wallet. Okay, so you don't need to claim, which is very good. Okay, already trading around $1.1 on Binance futures. Okay, so 5.5x gain for sale participants. So for those of you who have bought the sale, pre-sale, okay, before going live, already up by 5.5 times. Okay, so if you invested about 2,005, we're sitting about 13,750 right now. Okay, so this is the setup here. Okay, so a lot of opportunities right now in the market, whether it's IDO, ICO, or Airdrop. Okay, so many ways to actually earn income on crypto. Okay, and the next coming in from Monet. So I think Monet, a lot of hype and of course high expectation that we should be getting this drop. Been doing, I think, almost every day since 19 February, about 8 months. So finally, claim is live. So for those of you who have qualified, maybe you might want to check your claim. Okay, so people like me, young, I think we did not get. So the eligibility criteria, who are they rewarding? You can see here. People who are actively trading on Hyperliquid, Phantom Wallet, and Pump.Fund. Okay, DeFi depositors on platform like Aave, Pendle, Uniswap, holders on popular NFTs, okay, like Pudgy Penguin, MadNets, and then participants in DAO governance on Ethereum. This has nothing to do with Monet ecosystem at all. People who have never tested Monet ecosystem, they are getting the reward. So these are the things, right? A risk that we are taking to do testnet. Okay, so the risk here is that the time is, being wasted. That's the only thing, right? For doing testnet. Okay, so yeah, take it as a lesson and of course an experience as well. Okay, so for those of you who have been transacting, doing swap, bridging, so these are experience that no one can able to teach or no one can able to help you. But again, you're gaining the experience from learning, right? How to trade on the perp DEX in Monet, how you can able to swap, how you can able to bridge all these lessons and of course knowledge as well in the Web3. So this, you can able to use it with other projects as well. So yeah, I think even though if you don't get it, but again, for next, it would be useful experience for the next project. Okay, so claiming, I think it is closed until 3rd of November, about 3 weeks. Okay, so for those of you doing Monet or probably who gotten the NFT, okay, most likely I think a lot of people will be earning a lot. Okay, even of course for Discord role, full access, you'll be getting huge amount for Monet. So among all the testers, they only reward like what, 5,500 to Monet community members, and then nearly about 225,000 members outside Monet. They are actually rewarding. Okay, so I think a lot of members are not happy. Well, that's the thing. We have to move on. Then moving on next, okay, we have Meteora. So Meteora is a lending and borrowing protocol under Solana ecosystem. Okay, not related to Monet. Okay, but this one I think we've been around since last 2 years. Okay, we've been also lending and borrowing, but finally they have also started to launch their token. Again, I think most likely will be tomorrow, 16 October, 12 p.m. UTC. Checker also will be going live tomorrow. So if you have been providing liquidity, staking your tokens on Meteora, okay, might want to check. Okay, maybe we got something here. Might never know. I think this could be another big drop after Monet. Okay, so yeah, we have to lower down our expectation. Okay, and you see the checker whether we qualified or not for this. Checker is tomorrow, TGE is 23rd. Okay, so probably checker only first. So next, again, so we can see the market. Where are we now? Bull market peak indicators. How many have already hit? Okay, which one have hit so far? None. And which one is almost going to hit? This one, Bitcoin dominance, 90%. Bitcoin long-term holder supply, 88.88. So all these you have to take note. I think most likely the indicator most likely will be not functioning well throughout the cycle. Okay, you can see this crypto Bitcoin bull run index, CBBI, already 84.45 already. So while waiting for all these to hit, right, what is your action plan? What is your strategy to take profits or to secure your capital? So yeah, even though it's at 100% hold, but what is your strategy? Exit plan, very important, right? Are you going to hold all the way until, when it goes to bear market, or should you be securing your capital first, right? So that's the thing. Then next, we're going to see a coin market cap. So we are around 3.78 trillion. So Bitcoin is at what? 111.9K. Okay, Ethereum is at 4,000. Okay, so what's next? Any gainers? A lot. We have Plasma, stablecoin issuer, Dash, Zcash, all these are last 2-year coin. These are all security tokens are now up. Okay, I think most likely this could be the peak. Every time when Zcash or Dash goes up like this, even last cycle as well, or last 2 cycles, usually most likely to mark the peak. So I'm going to see whether or not for this cycle, will it repeat? Okay, Morpho also is up 10%, Tina down 17%. Okay, we have Esther as well, up by 1.43. Okay, so I think all in all, those ALTS are still recovering, but not so much compared to the last dump on Friday, on last weekend, right? So yeah. Okay, and then moving on to the dominance. So if you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box. And I'll answer it later on. Okay, so dominance we can see now on money time frame. Okay, so you can see here. So what happened? Dominance went all the way up here. We test on the sell zone here. Candlestick change of direction from buy to sell. So it created another pullback here for a confirmation to retest. And then what happened? Did back down again, rejected. So this is actually a good sign. If you want your alts to outperform, dominance has to go down. So next level will be where for dominance if this thing rejected. Okay, this level here. Again, 54.86, and then of course your lower will be here on the money time frame at 52.22. Then on weekly now, you can see already what's happening. Rejected on the middle band, below the middle band. So it did not close above, rejected. So it's still considered a momentum sell, pullback for the re-entry, sell. So now dominance at the sell zone. Should we see this level to test again? 57.73. Then most likely it might go down at 54.86. Okay, so dominance probably might go down. Okay, we have an extreme sell here form. Break below the middle band. Confirm change of direction from buy to sell. So we know that the dominance is already weakened now on daily as well. H4, BB squeeze. Consolidation below the middle band. So daily is doing what? Maybe buy to sell. So most likely it might come back up again. We test back here. 59.78 before hitting down again. So that is the dominance. Now we look at ETH against Bitcoin. So what is ETH against Bitcoin doing? So far now, it needs to break above the middle band. And then what happened? It came back down all the way back here to retest for the confirmation. Okay, and the stick change of direction from sell to buy, pull back for the confirmation. Now we're getting back up again. So this looks very positive for ETH against Bitcoin. The final one will be here, 0.04051. It needs to break this final resistance, and then most likely you might target at this top will be here. 0.05883 for the ETH against Bitcoin. Then look at weekly now, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Pump, dump, consolidation. So we want to see whether or not can you able to consolidate and then continue up again. Okay, so your next level it needs to break is here. 0.04220. Okay, so far now it's maintaining, which is very good. So far we hit here on this middle band. So you get rejected. So sideways is much needed now for weekly, for heading higher. And look at daily. Momentum sell, pull back, now recovered. Now close above the middle band. So yeah, I think daily again very important. Can you able to close above and then continue to challenge this top BB? If not, you might revisit again on this lower BB here at 0.03458. Okay. All right. Look at BTC now, 111.9 or 112 or 112K. So now there's the thing here. A very concerning part is this level here. For BTC, you can see a lot of retest, reverse retest candle here. There's a lot of wick here. Again, the bulls are getting exhausted. So the sellers are coming in to actually push the price down. So this will be the spot 107.9. Okay. So you're gonna be very careful. This level as well, 102.6. Then on weekly, you can see already price closed inside the Bollinger Band, which means lack of steam already to push up. Rejected. Okay, so probably for Q4 for BTC, maybe might consolidate and then make a final rally again, maybe slightly below the all-time high, maybe settle around here, and then continue to go down for the bear market. That's my take here. Okay, so no guarantees, but this is the play out that I'm expecting. Okay, to go somewhere slightly creating a higher low compared to the previous high, and then break down. Okay, so that is the scenario here for BTC. Okay, maybe it might not play out, but will continue to break higher. Who knows? Okay, but all these levels you have to be very watchful. Okay, especially this one here. Support 107.9, leading up to your middle band here for weekly will be 102.5. So this will be the range. Maybe might consider for BTC to at least consolidate there. Okay, then on daily, what's happening now? Candlestick change of direction from buy to sell, pull back for the entry sell. So now it's just hovering around this support zone. So which is good. As long as they maintain this level, should be fine. But if you to break around this zone, 107.9, then it's going to be a big issue. Okay, so at least it consolidate, create sideways, double bottom, then we can have a chance to continue higher. Okay, maybe give you another high, maybe slightly above here. Then that's where maybe you might want to consider. Okay, H4, we can see already what's happening with H4. Right? So closing inside Bollinger Band. Probably this could be the area, most likely a double bottom might be forming. Okay, so you have to be watchful here. You can see already what's happening now. Bottom here, a W pattern maybe could be forming for H4. We continue to rally out again. So probably this is the case. Probably this could be the bottom. Okay, right? So yeah, I think probably by end of the year, end of the month also, then most likely Bitcoin might continue to rally again. Look at ETH against Ethereum. So Ethereum, you can see slightly above or slightly below 4972 was the all-time high. So we had 4080. Okay, it went all the way down to 3459. So support will be 3768. Then your resistance will be this here, 4394. Look at weekly now. Momentum, pullback, momentum, consolidation. Okay, can you able to continue again the rally? Then this is the weekly now, support zone, around 4004. Okay, all right. Because I think now it could be a chance for Ethereum to at least consolidate first for hitting higher. Look at daily now. So daily, it did not break past the middle band. That could be a concern. Maybe it might come back down one more round again, consolidate, and then go up. Look at H4. H4 is slightly different compared to BTC. Okay, so H4 we have the BB squeeze, price closing inside, lack of steam to push towards the upside. So we can see already it's weakening. Daily there could be a sell to buy solution. So if Ethereum were to come down, I want to set here 3873 to 3770 will be the next level to be tested. Okay, for Ethereum. Okay, so yeah, what's next? Let's see. What are the ALTS that you want to look in, that you want to see? So we have Zcash. Zcash also is going up. Looking at Zcash. Oh, look at that. September 20th. Spine is up. Wow, huge. So the bottom was at what, 20th August, $35, 34.65. So it went up to about how much? Well, almost 8x. Almost 8x since August. Okay, since August, so it's about 2 months. Okay, for this already higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, consolidation again. Okay, for Zcash, this thing keeps continue to rally. 162 will be the level here to watch. Look at Monday first. Now you see Monday. Pump, consolidation down, and then the bear market comes in with the accumulation zone, sideways for about 1 to 2 years. Okay, when did it go? 2023 all the way to 2024. Lead up to 2025, break again. Now it's like slowly coming back again to break past the all-time high. 246 is the level to maintain above. All-time high was how much here? 372 was the all-time high. That was on 2021 May. So 4 years back, can it able to complete or to continue to rally? But I see this pump most likely is already overheated. Probably it might take a breather to consolidate first before hitting higher. Look at weekly. Everything is only up only. Now we can see a reversal candle form for weekly. Look at daily. Again, consolidation sideways probably might go down first. 162, or we take the Fibo from this high all the way back to this low. Well, the golden ratio will be around 201.74. Okay, and we have 0.5172 for Zcash. Okay, and then next, right? So you can see Dash also. Okay, so Dash, you can see. Now, this one was the last 2 years, last cycle bull market. So it went up to about 478 all-time high. Pump, down, consolidation, bear market. Again, bear market. Wow, I think about 2-3 years. It went all the way down. And then now it finally getting back again. Bottom. So now it's about 2x from the bottom. Finally, like, revive. Finally reviving back from the grave, right? So yeah, I think all these old coins are now starting to come out because we really need the retails to really pump this. Okay, the dumb money needs to come back to pump back all these coins. Okay, so we have nice pump. We look at the previous from right to left. This is the next resistance that it needs to maintain. Of course, to support is 43.75. Look at the daily time frame. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So far, very nice, ascending up. Okay, trending towards the upside. Look at H4, BB squeeze. So probably daily there could be a sell to buy. Okay, there will be a pullback first before hitting higher again. So look at H4 also rejected at the middle band. Might see a breakdown. So 43.75 and then the $40 most likely will be another chance for you to accumulate if you really want for Dash. And then what's next? SNX. See here. Synthetics. Are you still holding? Synthetics coin. Since last, 2023, also bear market. So the all-time high was at how much here? 28.98 was the all-time high. So blow off top, 2021, came back down. And then a long bear market here, about 3 years. For still trying to revive back, right? So the middle band, it needs to close above first for Monday. We can see there's some slight chance to recover. Because we're going to see how is Q4 is going to deliver. Very important. And of course, for BTC also, can BTC able to maintain sideways instead of going down, instead of bleeding? Then is the key there. Can it able to hold on the critical support? If it's not, then I think this also will suffer even more. Okay, so it needs to hold. And then on weekly, what do we see here on synthetics? All the way up. Okay, we have the liquidation, went down here, 53 cents, now back up again, up about 2.58, right? Was the high here for weekly. So now it's back down again. So yeah, I think this level, right, needs to maintain this level of support. Your 1.68 and then your range here, 1.27. Okay, look at daily now. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, now creating a higher low. Okay, so we know that the trend is already uptrend now for synthetics. So now slowly all these coins, all these dinosaur coins starting to revive back. So if you look from the last, on the money time frame, it is still downtrend. All-time high here, at $29. Look at the current drawdown, it's about 93% down. Until now, 3-4 years waiting like this, still not perform. No, it's still down. So yeah, this is the thing about holding altcoins, and these are the risks. Okay, especially if you're holding from the last 2-year cycle, okay, or even last year's cycle, they do not have any guarantee that you will outperform against Bitcoin or even survive. So you have to be very picky, especially this cycle, on which alt that you want to hold. Okay, so yeah, I think all this you can target like hyperliquid for next bull run, next bear market. I think probably most likely this one might deliver as well for next year. I mean, for next 2 years, or probably the consolidation period, the bear market period. I think most likely hyperliquid also have already done its rally. I think it's already top, already peaked. I don't think it can able to continue to go higher. Okay, so all-time high is at what, $62. And then we have Esther as well, under the Binance Smart Chain. And of course, heavily promoted by CZ. So it went up about how much here? $3, right? All-time high. So all these perpetual decks, maybe you might want to keep in view, KIV, for the next bull run. Okay, and of course the accumulation as well during the bear market. So this is what I'll be doing. Keep an eye on all these tokens and then slowly dollar cost average. So that's how you accumulate during the winter and then prepare for the next harvest again.